So, a very good morning and welcome to the home of cricket here in Jersey in the Channel Islands, Grainville, for the first of a couple of games today between the Channel Island rivals of Jersey and Guernsey in the women's cricket. We start with the T10 this morning, which isn't too far away from getting underway, just under 10 minutes time here at Grainville. And then later this afternoon from 1 o'clock, the T20 between these sides to decide the destination of the Insular Trophy. Alongside me for this first game is Lee Malloy, the head of cricket operations. Lee, morning to you, and a bit overcast out there, but set for a great day's cricket.
Yeah, forecast looks great for the whole day. I really don't think we're going to see any rain at all. Don't take my word for that. Yeah, famous last words. But no, we're in for a good day. It's going to be an exciting competition this morning. T10, the closer the format becomes, the less overs, the more chance either team has, really. So it's going to be all action from the start. Don't have much time to think about it. Not much to think about with 60 balls each, but yeah, should be a good contest. And
the rope in, obviously, we're playing on a mat today, and we'll go out to see what happened at the toss in just a moment. But a mat surface, but the boundary into our left here, and should be plenty of runs out there in this format. Well, always plenty of runs out there in this format.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've seen it this week. Those who have been watching the men's side away in Germany at the moment are on a mat. So once you get into Central Europe and playing teams there, matted wickets are what they play on. So playing on it here helps them with a big series for the girls coming up in Germany later this month. But yeah, it's it doesn't change much. Batters get to go out, trust the bounce, trust the ball is going to go where they want it to, and that gives them a chance to play pretty freely.
Well, play's going to get underway in just a moment's time. A short while ago, I was out in the middle with the umpires, Carl Brooks and Stuart Hodgson, and also the two captains as well for the toss, Krista de la Mare of Guernsey, and the Jersey skipper, Chloe Grecian.
Start 10 o'clock. Any questions about the format? It's 10, obviously, the first one. Yeah, all happy?
Happy.
Questions?
Good. All good. Perfect. Cheers very much. Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers.
So let's get a word with Krista, who I think called heads, and it was heads. What are you going to do?
We're going to bowl first.
And how easy was that as a decision to make?
We'd like to go out first and stick as a team. Go out there, first thing, and just field as a team together and get into the game as a team. So
there's a bit of cloud around as well. Did that play a part in the decision?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it looks like it's going to be a pretty cloudy day all day. So yeah, that's what we've decided. So that's what we're going to go for.
Have a good game. Thank you very much. We'll grab a quick word with your opposite number, Chloe, as well, captain of Jersey. So not winning the toss, but your thoughts on having to bat first?
Yeah, it was actually an okay toss to lose. We didn't mind either way what we got put in to do. We know that whether we bat or bowl first, we can go out there and we get the option now to put a big total on the board and stick to our strengths. Yeah.
This is a T10 to start with, a bit of a warm-up for this afternoon's match, but I guess no game between Jersey and Guernsey is ever a friendly, is it?
No, it's we'll treat it as still a competitive match that we want to win. But yeah, it's a good warm-up to go out there for this afternoon's T20.
Good luck today. Thanks for speaking to us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
That's Chloe Grecian there, the captain of Jersey. Guernsey winning the toss then and electing to field first, putting Jersey into bat. Yes, that was a little earlier on, around 25 minutes or so ago. Guernsey winning the toss, electing to field first. Lee, pretty obvious decision with a bit of cloud out there.
Yeah, I think the start time, given that we're playing on mat, is fairly irrelevant. I think you're probably looking up more than down today. So yeah, a bit of cloud overhead. Expect the ball to swing early here, potentially for the first 4 to 5 overs. So the Guernsey opening bowlers will want to be making the most of that, and if they put the ball in the right areas, then they've got every chance.
The umpires making their way out to the middle right now. Umpires today, Carl Brooks and Stuart Hodgson. And we'll go through the various sides in a moment, take a look at the lineups. We should say there are 14 players in each squad that can be used in this first T10 game this morning. This afternoon in the T20 International will be the more traditional 11. But a good opportunity this morning, Lee, for both sides to get some players out there, get some experience playing in this format of the game as well.
Yeah, absolutely. When we looked at planning this, the travel times were pretty simple in that we could only fit a certain amount of time in. We spoke to both sides about it, and they both felt that whilst they were here early, let's get something in place so that we can do things with that. Both sides, obviously, with the T20I, it's quite strict with regulations, and obviously as it should be. But this game this morning will give an opportunity for both coaches to have a good look at their full 14 before deciding on their final 11 for this afternoon.
Well, here's a look at the Jersey squad for today, and we heard from Chloe there at the toss, a great leader for this side.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she's been captain for a few years now, and has been very successful in doing that. She's one who will lead with the ball, no doubt. A little bit less with the bat, probably bat a bit more down the order. Yep. So she'll want her batters to come out and play with the freedom that they require here. And
some good youngsters in there that will be looking to make a good impression. I don't know if the coach has already chosen the 11 for this afternoon, but a chance for some of the younger ones, some of those fringe players to get involved.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this if you were a player, you'd be looking at this as an opportunity to put my hand up and make the final 11 for this afternoon. I doubt either coach will have a clear plan of what their final 11 will be for this afternoon. So those who are on the fringes, those who maybe want to come out and stake a claim to getting that final 11 will be itching to either get the ball in their hand or to go out and score some runs and put their hand up for this afternoon.
Well, it was a proud moment to represent your island, represent your nation. Guernsey in their team huddle, no doubt with some final words from Krista de la Mare, the skipper who we heard from at the toss. And a reminder, this is the first of two matches going on today between these two Channel Island rivals. This T10 to kick things off this morning. Quick spot of lunch in the middle, and then on to the main event, the T20, this afternoon to decide who will get their hands on that trophy. Jersey, the reigning champions, 3-0 win last year.
Yeah, it was a good weekend in Guernsey last year. This format takes one year in Guernsey and then 1 year in Jersey, so alternates. 2 years ago we were here. Again, a 3-0 victory there across the series. So Jersey will be heavy favourites over the two games here, but Guernsey have seen some really good results recently. They've been away and played a few different sides, and at the end of last year they won their first T20Is against Austria. So they've no doubt improved since Jersey played them last year. So that's what they're looking to do at the moment. They're giving young girls opportunities to come in and take part, and those young girls are putting their hand up and showing that they're the future of Guernsey cricket.
So it looks like Aikenhead and Bowley will be out there to open the batting for the hosts on this overcast day. Not cold, but I suppose cold for this time of year. Well, we're middle of July now, but overcast but dry for the time being. And an opportunity for these sides to put down a marker at the start of this day of two matches.
Yeah, Amy will be feeling pretty confident out there this morning. She had a knock yesterday in the Women's Premier League in Jersey. There were two games yesterday down at FB Fields. She unfortunately fell just short of 100. She finished on 96, so she would certainly say that she's in good form coming into today. I spoke to her this morning. She was obviously a bit gutted not to have got that total that she wanted, the big 100. She hasn't scored one before, but no doubt confident coming into today.
So ready to get underway then. Power play for the first 3 overs. Off target start. First runs on the board, wide ball signalled by umpire Stuart Hodgson. Just looking for that radar first up then. Potentially some nerves first up as well, as they will be representing your island. Lovely shot, first bat on ball of the morning, and just about makes it all the way to the boundary. First runs off the bat really well timed.
Yeah, loose ball, full and down leg side. Full toss, you'd be wanting to get one of those early doors if you're an opening batter. Maybe a bit of nerves around, especially first game against Guernsey in the morning. I think if you're out there and you're taking the first ball, you'd want a full toss on your legs to get away. So a bit of a loose bowling to start with, but that can happen in an opening spell. There'll be nerves around from both sides.
Jennings again down the leg side, just struggling for that line and length in these first few deliveries. That's going to be cut off just down at the boundary's edge though. Good work there from Elise Millington, it was, on the boundary.
Yeah, great bit of work, running a long way round there, the big corners today, so the ball goes there, the fielders have got every chance of cutting it off, so she's come round nicely, slid well, and then got in and finished the job.
Bowley then to face her first delivery of this T10. Again, very full. Again, down the leg side, and again, wide ball signalled by umpire Stuart Hodgson.
Yeah, really loose start this from the bowler. She's missing her line and length to start with here, so we'll want to get it a bit more off stump and start to make the batters have to be a little bit more defensive. Exactly there, that was what she would have been looking for. A little bit of
miscommunication there between the batsmen, Aikenhead and Bowley, but no damage done, and first dot ball for Jennings. I guess the boundary is a longer way on this leg side. I think she'll be looking to try and find that line and length. And that's better.
No doubt it would have been discussed by both teams before the game. One of the things you talk about before the game as a coach is to look at the ground conditions you've got in front of you. Where do we want to look to target boundaries? Where are we going to have to run extra hard? So with this longer leg side boundary, I think they'll be looking to hit towards the hill with coming from the other end.
Yeah, just settling in a bit now, Jennings, as this over progresses. Just a couple of back-to-back dot balls.
Yeah, Effie looking for a short ball there. I think she's trying to force it rather than just see the ball that's coming. She's trying to set herself up to hit across the line. She plays a beautiful pull shot, but I think she's trying to force it more than actually what was given to her there.
Lovely shot. Not quite timed, but it's going to be a chase down to the boundary there. And again, some good work out on that leg side boundary to stop the ball reaching the rope and to end that first over of this 10 overs a side game. 12 off it, and good start there from Jersey.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what you'd want as an opening pair. I think the bowler potentially, nerves took the better of her there. First 5 deliveries there. You can see either extras or good runs for Jersey. So 3 dot balls to follow up just shows her settling in a little bit once those nerves have settled. So Jersey will be delighted with that 12 for none. They haven't had to work too hard yet, so Guernsey will be looking to try and peg them back and stop this run flow.
It's going to be Emily Merrion bowling from the pavilion end. One of 2 Merrions in this Guernsey side, along with Rachel. And see if she can settle into a line and length first up here from the pavilion end. A little aerial, quite off the middle, but they'll get through for an easy one. Maybe just not quite timed, but keeping the strike rotating. Yeah,
absolutely. It's a lovely shot. Amy gets on the front foot early there and hits straight. That's what she'll be looking to do early doors. Young Emily Merrion from Guernsey is a fantastic young seam bowler. She'll swing it back into the right-handed batters. She's had a very successful couple of games for Guernsey last year, and she was a real shining light for them. So this will be a good test for the Jersey batters.
There's the first wicket. It was an excellent length, maybe just playing across the line there, Effie Bowley, and the first wicket falls in the second delivery from Emily Merrion, and Jersey's at 13 for 1.
Yeah, good delivery. That's exactly what you want early doors as a seam bowler here. A little bit of swing, just shape back into the right-hander, really full, so that she couldn't get over the top of it and hit hard down the ground and cleaned her up. So yeah, Guernsey will be certainly needing Emily Merrion to do a good job for them here. As I say, she's a bright young cricketer. tenacity there, just playing over the top of it, maybe looking to force it a little bit leg side rather than hit straight down the ground, but great length from the bowler early doors for their execution.
Yeah, looks like there on the replay it's possibly off stump, wasn't it, the ball, and maybe just playing across it and looking to work it into the leg side.
Yeah, Effie's a fantastic young cricketer. As I say, she's just gone to the University of Exeter and she's been playing there. She does hit straight down the ground well, but early doors, when you're getting your first few balls, getting your eye in, you're always a little bit susceptible to it. So, yeah. Yeah,
good delivery from Marion. First wicket falls 13 for 1. New batsman is Grace Wetherall. She's going out to take guard now. Just tell us a bit about Grace and her background.
Yeah, well, I mean, those who were here for the Germany game when we played in the tournament last year will remember Grace's fantastic innings. We were 20 for 6, looking like completely dead and buried, and Grace, along with Annalise, came in and played a real counter-attacking knock and just showed an absolute no-fear mentality. Now, doing that once is fantastic. She's got to back it up here.
Completely different delivery to the one that took the wicket a short while ago, which was right on the mark. That one was wild down the leg side, may well be signalled a no ball, I would think, as well. Yeah, that's the signal from Carl Brooks. And Grace Wetherall off the mark straight away as well.
Yeah, again, you'd like that. So first ball of your innings, full toss down leg side to have a bit of freedom to play with, but she's got to keep focused, watch every ball, and make sure she keeps out the good ball and continues to be attacking.
Excellent delivery from Marion, and just seemed to deceive Wetherall through to the keeper. It was a half-hearted appeal. There was maybe a little noise, maybe a flick of the pad as it went through as well, but a dot ball there to follow that wild previous delivery. Just a hint of swing back into the batter there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's dangerous early doors here. It's all going to make the batters play. Anything that starts outside off stump, you can't be confident of chucking your hands through. If it's swinging back towards you, you've got to be looking to hit as straight as possible from the start. So always threatening when you're looking to bowl at the stumps and hit the batters on the pad.
Nice solid shot out into the offside. They think about a second, but just restricted to the one on that occasion. Good fielding to stop any thought of a second.
Yeah, Amy slipping there, looking for 2 as well. Bit of dew around this morning with what we've had recently, so she needs to try and run as much as she can and turn on the mat, otherwise it's going to continue to be slippy.
In the air, and some footballing skills attempted there on Euro 2024 finals day. It's one of those that was dipping just in front of the fielder, and might have wondered when it was in the air whether it was just going to carry, or if it's one of those where if you're diving forward they can bounce up and get you in the chin, but opted to use her feet in the end, and that's the end of the over.
Yeah, really awkward one. I think if you're at mid-off, you've got to be ready to expect it, looking for run-outs. Batters are going to run at you early doors, so you've got to be on your toes. But when that comes in the air flat and it's sort of that awkward length, you've got to commit forward, and if you don't, then you've got to get as low as you can there. And I think she got probably caught in 2 minds there, and rather than do one or the other, she did neither and went with the foot first. But that's, been effective because she's saved the 4.
Just off the mark again, it's Borghese who's come on, Eva Borghese from the far end. As we look on from the commentary position, those of you that know Grainville here in Jersey, our commentary position just in front of the pavilion, in front of the boundary.
Good delivery, second ball. Another youngster, as I say. Guernsey are really in the process of trying to bring some young blood into their women's side. They've got a fantastic amount of experience out there who have played a lot of years for Guernsey cricket, but they need these youngsters coming in to keep refreshing the side, and Ava looks like a promising prospect.
Excellent shot, just the one bounce, and over the rope it goes for a boundary, and she really met that nicely. 1 bounce 4.
Yeah, great pickup. loose ball down leg side. They're not always easy to get hold of, but she held her balance nicely, kept her head down middle stump, which allowed her to catch up with the ball as it was going down leg side, and struck it nicely with a 1 bounce 4.
Just maybe getting through the shot slightly early there. Maybe the speed deceiving Weatherall, and much better delivery.
Take a few balls just to get used to the bowler at the time. So she's playing in an attacking manner, so if she gets hold of it, it's going to go. But
well, edge on that one, and it's going to run across the outfield. Don't think it's going to go all the way. Guernsey fielder in pursuit of that one.
Yeah, good chase down. Again.
Davis, I think, Alice Davis.
Yeah. These boundaries straight are still quite long today, so there's plenty of runs out there for the batters. If it beats the infield, you've got to keep running hard. I think the batters have got to turn and almost be sure that they're going to go, so they can turn and do it with confidence.
Yeah, well bowled by Borghese, but eased out into the gap, and there'll be at least 2 there.
Yeah, looked like Grace was trying to access the leg side there, getting across to off stump, see if she could play a bit more attacking, but bowler held her line nicely outside off stump, which forced her to go to plan B, but she played a beautiful back foot drive there, picks up another 2.
Bit shorter, gives a bit of space to swing the arms, and the fielder's misjudged it, coming off the boundary, and goes over her head, 1 bounce, and the second 1 bounce for the over. The fielder maybe just losing that in flight, coming in, hoping to take a catch, but deceives her and goes all the way to the boundary for 4 more.
Yeah, those aren't easy when coming at you flat in the offside in particular. You always want to try and get in to make sure it carries, but on that occasion she was a little bit keen to get in there, and it just beat her over her head and lost her footing maybe a little bit out there. It's a little bit slippy when you haven't got your spikes on. If you're playing on a mat, that can also have an effect, but yeah, timed it nicely, just unfortunately picked out the fielder, but in this case got away with it, so she moves on, and this is a great start for Jersey with the power play done now.
Yeah, so power play done. For those of you not familiar with T10, most of the rules and are halved effectively. So power play of 3 overs complete, 32 runs in it for the home side, and a maximum of 2 overs per bowler. And looks like there will be an opportunity here for Alice Davis to come into the attack. Starts with 1 way down leg and wide ball signals.
Yeah, very loose delivery to start with there. That's going to need to find her line quickly here. Jersey already on the attack with 4 out now. They need to try and hold their lines.
Good piece of fielding that to keep that slapped away shot to just the 1.
Yeah,
good bit of running as well.
That was almost destined for 4 when off the bat, but brilliant bit of fielding to save it nicely just for 1.
Weatherall looking to latch onto that one, and again manages to find the boundary, this time behind square on the leg side. Lovely shot, and 4 more to the total.
Yeah, not a bad delivery. Leg stump line, probably wants to come a little bit straighter, but you've still got to hit him, so that's more good batting than bad bowling. So Grace is playing that shot nicely, so they're going to need to try and hold their line a little bit straighter here, look more off stump, try and get them hitting towards where they've got the field set. But yeah, just leg side, nice pick up. Another boundary for Grace.
It's gone underneath that one. There's a few fielders there, but it's going to bounce in between 2 or 3 of them, and they'll get back for a second run as well. So some good running. Maybe not quite the shot she wanted, but there's plenty of space out there, so I guess had free rein to swing the arms, and some good running to get back for 2.
Yeah, fantastic at batting early doors here. She's playing her shot. She's not gone into her shell. She's looking to score as many runs as she can, as quick as she can, and that's the job in T10.
The lesser spotted dot ball, and 40 for 1 it remains midway through, just over midway through this 4th over. Reminder, first of 2 games between these 2 rival islands today, as Davis continues from the pavilion end. I think that'll just be the single. Return throw is good as well. And Weatherall moves on to 22. And Aikenhead not had a a great deal of the strike since she's been in there.
She's been sitting at the non-strikers and watching Grace since she's come in, but she'll have her chance here.
And again, there might be 3 in this, probably just the 2. And they're going to get back the throw, not making it with any great power back to the keeper, so they are able to get through for a third.
Yeah, going to be disappointed with that. She chased the ball down well, but it didn't seem like anyone was offering a halfway throw. You've got to know your teammates, you've got to know people's arm strengths, and if somebody's chasing the ball down to the boundary and you know that their arm's a bit weaker than others, you've got to get someone on the relay to stop that third run coming. But the batters were smart, they watched the ball well and they picked that up nicely.
Yeah, Aikenhead only facing a quarter of the deliveries so far, 6 balls out of the 4 overs. As you say, she was at Aikenhead, you said, had a good knock yesterday.
Yeah, she did, yeah. I was down there watching a bit of it, and she was batting really well, put away anything loose, kept out the good balls and scored off them as well. But yeah, 96 for her side yesterday in the Women's Premier League that's currently taking place. We've got a lot of girls who are now back from school and university, so this is a great time, and it's taking place over the next 3 to 4 weeks, where we've got some real good youngsters who are impressing as well and knocking the door down for selection for the women's squad. So it's been great to see them in action, and it was a fantastic knock from Amy yesterday.
And there, it's the wicket. It's well caught, actually. It's off the bowling of Borghese. And a good solid catch to dismiss. Was it Aikenhead that's gone? Aikenhead gone. And second wicket falls. And Guernsey will celebrate getting a second wicket inside the first 5 overs.
Yeah, it's a shame there. I think if Amy watches that back, she'll have been trying to place it rather than really hit it hard. If she puts her hands through that and really commits to the shot, I think she clears the fielder and it's gone for 4 and everyone's clapping her. So a real shame, because she started nicely. As you said, she was at the non-strikers end a few times there, so watched a lot of the action rather than took part. But I think she'll be happy with that start and take a bit of confidence into this afternoon's game.
Yeah, she got well back in the crease, didn't she? And actually connected with it pretty well looking at the replay, but the fielder right there, and it was one of those again that she had to stoop low to make sure she got, and took it really well, and the second wicket falls.
Yeah, really well judged from short fine leg there. They're not always easy when you pick them up late and don't see them early, so she's judged the length of that catch nicely and got in a good position, and they'll be delighted with that, and young Ava Borghese gets herself a wicket.
Down to mid-on, no run there. Flat battered shot and just over the left arm of the fielder. Might go all the way, will go all the way.
Great shot from Trin there, second ball. She won't be short of confidence. Again, she was in the runs yesterday with a quick 40 down at FB. She strikes the ball nicely. One thing about Trin that sets her apart from a lot of others is her quick hands. She's got a fantastic amount of power from her quick hands there. So you see them in that shot there, waits for the ball nicely and then pulls the shot and whacks it over mid-off with quick hands. So she's another threat coming from the Jersey lineup here.
Yeah, Trinity Smith it is who's out there. Just had enough on it to beat the fielder. This time we'll pick up just the one out into the leg side and gets Weatherall back on strike. 22 so far for Grace off just 14 deliveries. Coming in at number 3.
Yeah, when she scores them quickly. Grace doesn't tend to hang around. She's an attacking batter who's got a fantastic eye through hockey.
Well, that's gone really high. There is a fielder underneath it. It's going to be difficult though. It was an awkward one and was in the air for a long time. They get back for a couple, but it could have been the end for her there, but hung in the air for a long time and Weatherall survives.
Yeah, really early on that one, as you talked about earlier, she was a bit maybe impatient with the speed of the bowler.
Yeah, just having to wait for it, and although she's scoring at quite a rate, maybe just not quite got the pace right. That's gone through the keeper though. And adds an extra few onto this Jersey innings. Remember, if you went with us earlier on, Guernsey winning the toss, and with a bit of cloud cover opting to field first and insert Jersey into bat. And the midway point in this T10, Jersey on 53 for 2. Guernsey will be pleased that they've managed to pick up a couple of wickets in the first half of this innings, but runs coming at 10.6 and over for Jersey will be pretty chuffed with the way things are going too.
Yeah, it's certainly Jersey out in front here, 10 and over. This is exactly what you'd want. T10 cricket has a funny way of sneaking up on you. All of a sudden you're at the halfway stage and you haven't even thought about it too much. So they're going to keep putting the foot down here. The fantastic part of T10 cricket is that a batting team will very rarely get bowled out. So they can afford to keep coming here, and the batting lineup that they've got will continue to do that, no doubt.
Elise Millington it is who's on to bowl for her first delivery of this T10 from the pavilion end. Decent start from Elise there. Just going to be a single out into the leg side.
Yeah, again, another youngster, looks a really good prospect. First ball and into insular there, coming in, running in with pace and intent, and you can see that was a real good execution, full and straight on middle stump. Trin played it well, but that's a really good start for Elise.
Again, finding a line and length. Full delivery, that is hanging in the air and always difficult over the shoulder. Back they get for another couple, but both batters actually not afraid to go aerial, getting underneath them.
No, they both got the power. They both got the ability to clear the ropes. As I mentioned earlier, Grace in her innings against Germany here. I think first ball against their left arm seamer, put it onto the bank so she can clear the ropes. She just needs to find her timing and be a bit more patient with it here.
Through to the keeper, and a good start this from Millington.
Yeah, I think Grace might remember that one. A fellow fast bowler herself, so the bowlers' union doesn't seem to be in play today, as usually happens. So she's worn one there. She might not forget about that later on.
Not sure there's ever a union between Jersey and Guernsey, but we'll see. She started well here, Millington. That's offered a bit more width and gives the chance to swing the arms through it, but it's in the air and it's put down. And because it was in the air for so long, I just wondered if they might get back for 3, but the 2 it is. And another opportunity just slips through the fingers there. There have been 2 or 3 that haven't been taken when on another day they might have, and sort of 50 for 5 feels very different to 58 for 2. Slinging that one down, they might sneak through for one here, plus the wise, and they do. Good awareness there from Trinity Smith to get through and add an extra run, not just happy with enough with the wide delivery.
No, again, one of Trin's strengths is her pace between the wickets. She's rapid. The girls in the side all know what to expect when Trin's at the wicket. You've got to run hard and you've got to expect her to call you through a lot. So yeah, there's a fair amount of expectation when she's sprinting at you.
It's better from Millington again. It's in the air, no fielder there this time, and it should be a couple more.
Yeah, it seems to be a bit of a theme here. All the Jersey batters a little bit impatient for the ball coming at them. They're all a bit early on their shots, which is why we're seeing it go upwards rather than through people. So yeah, I think something to discuss as a batting group moving forward, no doubt. And going into this afternoon's game, if this is the bowling attack that's going to be similar, they're going to have to wait for that ball a little bit longer and clear the ropes.
Is that about kind of eyes lighting up when you see the ball in the air and not being patient enough to wait for the ball onto the bat?
Yeah, I think it's probably a mixture of a few things. I think it's just getting used to the pace of the game, and T10 doesn't allow you to really do that. They're also probably used to facing and training a little bit quicker than this, so it's about adapting. And at the same time, you know, it's just one of those where if the bowler puts it in the right area, you as a batter have got to execute properly. So yeah, a mixture of a few things there, and maybe a bit more keenness to get going and excitement in the rush of blood, those sorts of things. So yeah, you can just adjust, and they need to do that here.
Well bowled again in the air. This is another opportunity, and another one has gone down. Smith survives and gets through for a couple as well, but that's a good 3 or 4 now that could have been taken. None of them have been absolute dollies, but there's a few that have been left out there from Guernsey, perhaps.
Yeah, I think if you were on the sideline, you're wishing that you'd hold a couple more of those there. Some of them have been hit really high, and they sort of stick or they don't. a couple have been to hand that they should really have taken. Yeah, I think the coach will be working on that in between the games to try and make sure that they take those chances in the T20I, because although Jersey have got out to a quick start here and they're going well, there's been chances for Guernsey to take these wickets, which in one sense will be encouraging in the fact that if they held them they'd be in a much better position than they are, but at the same time it's a game of execution, so when the chances come you've still got to take them.
Looks like a change of ends here for Alice Davis. Trying our luck from the far end as we look on from the pavilion here at Grainville. Great to have you with us watching the live stream wherever you are around the world. You're very welcome to Jersey here in the Channel Islands for this T10 game. First of 2 games between Jersey and Guernsey today as Davis continues. Down leg side and wide ball the signal. Extra onto the tally. First of 2 games today. This afternoon at 1 o'clock will be the main event, the T20 International between Jersey and Guernsey, the interinsular title at stake. This afternoon, live stream of that to come. Again, full delivery. Guernsey have bowled pretty full in this game generally. Speaking to the groundsman before the game, and he said, it's a matted surface we're playing on here, but there's a bit of bounce out there. Could be a bit of carry later on.
Yeah, we saw it in the tournament last year. We talked about it a lot, and that's a great shot from Trin. They're using her feet. The batter's playing with no fear here. They're settled, so they're looking to try and take advantage of all the balls, whether they're good or bad. And that was a good ball there from Alice Davis, but it was great batting from Trin to use her feet, hit the ball hard along the ground, and test the boundary fielder.
72 for 2 then. That one a little shorter and eased out to the leg side. A misfield there on the boundary as well means they'll get through for a second run.
It's good running from the girls. That's what the idea is. You always want to run that first one hard, put the fielders under pressure, make them feel as if they have to get the ball in their hands and out of it quick, and all that can do is just get them to take their eye off the ball for a second, and all of a sudden it's a fumble.
Maybe a bit of a premeditated reverse sweep there, but wide ball signalled.
Yeah, Grace is a fantastic hockey player and she's got those sorts of shots in her locker, so she's been waiting to try and see if she can take advantage of that.
Smashes that one away, and just a yard or so away from going all the way for 6, but 4 runs it is. As groundsman Peter Goff, was it, getting up there to field? Always keen to be involved in the action is Goffey, even when he's not playing, and returns that one. And a lovely shot it was, not far from going all the way.
Yeah, Grace had one of those chances, first ball, short and wide down leg side, but she didn't keep her base, she didn't keep her head still through the shots and missed it, but that one much better that time, good base, head still, and then that's the result.
Not connecting this time. And it is wide ball signalled. I just wondered if it had flicked the pad for a moment, but goes down as a wide, and again they get through. And Jersey going at 12 and over at the moment. They'll be chuffed with that, with plenty of wickets in hand as well for these closing overs. Swing and a miss this time though from Smith. Or was it Weatherall?
No, Smith. Still Trin on strike. Yeah, she just got herself caught on the crease there. Trin's got both front foot and back foot games against spin, but she just sort of went nowhere and just tried to swing her hand, so it's always dangerous against spin when you don't commit either way.
Another wide ball.
Bit of a mixed bag here from Guernsey. They need to hold their line a little bit better, try and attack those stumps a bit more, make Jersey players make mistakes.
Just lost a line here as Davis. Yeah, better last delivery. Keeps it to a dot and ends the 7th over. Jersey on 82 for 2. And these two going pretty nicely, particularly Weatherall, 35 from 24 deliveries.
Yep, striking the ball nicely, running between the wickets hard. This is the game plan that they'll want. I think as we've mentioned before, Guernsey maybe giving them a few too many chances, and Jersey taking advantage of some extras as well. 20 extras there already from the bowlers, which in a T10 is not what you want to see within the first 7 overs. And if you take 20 off this score or take 18 off this score and take your chances, it could look very differently. But as I said, it's about executing, and pressure's on. I'm hesitant to say that Guernsey will probably have a different looking bowling attack for this afternoon. I know for a fact Hannah Metcham is one of their lead pace bowlers in the attack. She swings the ball nicely, who hasn't bowled this morning. So we'll probably see her most likely this afternoon, with a bit more from Emily Merriam as well.
Well, this could be tight run-out opportunity, and I think would have been gone had the ball been gathered cleanly. It was well fielded in the first instance on the boundary, one-handed on the boundary, and then the throw was decent as well. Bullpit it is who's on to bowl. This one down leg side might well have hit Grace had she not moved inside, but the umpire signals wide, and that would have been tight, that run out, I think.
Yeah, I think they could look to be aggressive here. I think they're both batting nicely. When the ball goes to the boundary, pick your fielders right, you can get your twos on the throw. They need to keep being aggressive, and they'll never know what might come. It was a great throw in. The wicketkeeper gathers it. It's a real tight call. But when you're in this situation with loads of wickets in hand, you can start to take a few more risks.
Yeah, certainly in T10, this is the format to gamble, and that was a good delivery from Bullpit there. Dot ball. This one's on a good line of length as well. Maybe just slightly overpitched and smashed away, and just a couple of bounces and all the way to the boundary for 4 more for Weatherall.
Yeah, fantastic shot there. It's a good ball from the bowler, which is a good sign for Jersey when you're hitting the good balls for 4. So Grace using her feet, being attacking. You're really confident, keeping her head still on contact, and that was a much better trajectory with the strike. She wasn't too early on that, which allowed her to get that 1 bounce full.
Again, just not quite following that one in the air, and again they're trying to get back for 2, and they get back comfortably. Some good running between this pair now.
Yeah, absolutely. They're well in now, and Grace is striking the ball comfortably, and they're running well between the wickets, and these two will do. Grace is quick between the wickets, and as I said, Trinity the fastest in the team, no doubt. She'll keep putting her under pressure to run 2, so they need to find that balance nicely between running hard and keeping the energy up enough to be able to clear the ropes. It's a fine line when you're running between the wickets all the time comfortably. That can take away a little bit of your power if you're starting to blow from the other end, so no doubt Grace will be wanting to keep finding the boundary rather than running 2s all the time.
Well, a couple more boundaries and she'd be at the half century, which would be a pretty lofty achievement in this format of the game. She's not connected this time though, maybe just eyeing up another big hit and a swing and a miss.
Yeah, that's very, very easily done. When you're a batter and you see a full toss coming at you, you get a bit excited and your head doesn't stay still and you lose your base, which is what we were talking about before. Big difference there.
That's a cleaner, more composed shot down the ground, and just the spin on the ball deceiving the fielder a little there, and they'll get back for 2 more, and Weatherall moves on to 45.
Yeah, again, good running, putting the fielder under pressure, making them have to commit a little bit, maybe stop concentrating on the ball, and all of a sudden they're a bit indecisive. So lots of action here though, which is great. Fran Bullpit has been bowling a little bit straighter, a little bit more effective. There was a no ball in there, unfortunately, for too many players outside the ring, so that one's on the captain, not the bowler, which means she now has to bowl the extra ball.
There is the extra ball, and it's again well struck down the ground, and again I think they might fancy a couple there. And they might sneak through for a third. It will be very tight though, could be a run out, and it is a run out, looking for that overthrow. Extra run. The backing up wasn't great, but then the throw was, and Jersey lose their 3rd wicket to a run out, looking for the 3rd on the slight misfield, and 3rd wicket falls.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those really aggressive running and really looking to put their foot down, and you know, the coaches will always be preferable of looking constantly and never stopping in your crease and switching off on the moment. So they really took a chance there, but Guernsey, as I say, they have to execute still. So the fielder did that nicely, good throw into the keeper and got it out of the way despite a great dive from Trin trying to get in. It's something that they've been working on as a side for a while now, about committing to the dive, whether that's as a batter trying to get yourself in, because sometimes that can create a bit of indecisiveness from the umpire. So whether that's in the field or with the bat looking to commit 100%, and real good sign, even though it was the wicket, that just how committed these players are to making sure that they're performing well for Jersey.
Well, De Rocha, I think it is, who's the new batter, joining Weatherall in the middle. De Rocha, am I right? Have I seen her open the batting for Jersey before? Certainly been high up the order before.
Yep. She's been an opener for a number of years. When she first started, she's got a fantastic technique against seam, but she's really developed her game against spin nicely. She's again a bit of a hockey background, so sweeps, reverse sweeps, uses her feet well. So one thing with Maria that she's been working on for a while is just that mindset. Can she come in from ball one and be really aggressive, and rather than maybe let her head get in the way of her actions? It's a mindset that's been key for her. She's certainly got the talent, she's got the ability. We've seen it in snippets, so a really good opportunity here with just 12 balls to go for her to show that from ball one, rather than take her time and eat up deliveries.
Jennings then it is who's coming back on, opened the bowling a little earlier on, 12 from her first over. And Jersey still going at exactly 12 and over, just the 2 to go, and Jennings for her final over, back into the attack, and starts with a dot ball outside off stump, and no connection first up there.
Again, not quite keeping your base head movement at the last minute, rather than staying still and really hitting hard through the line. So Grace will be needing to try and set that base, keep the head still on contact here to try and get a good contact with the ball.
Excellent delivery from Jennings, right on a line and a length, and Weatherall edging towards a half century, nearly edging behind, but she didn't connect. But a lovely delivery from Jennings, who looks a little more composed in this over than she did first up this morning.
I'd say there's probably a few less nerves than taking the first over now, so a little bit less on the line for her mentally. So hopefully a bit more freedom, we'll continue to see her execute.
Yeah, good line and length again, dug out. And dug out straight to the fielder. And another wicket falls, 4th goes, and Weatherall falls just short of that half century. And this excellent over from Jennings continues, 2 dot balls, and then the wicket.
Yeah, this will be really encouraging for Guernsey. I think for a lot of this game, they've not been where they'd want to be with drop catches and wide balls and extras. But this is a really good sign here. 3 dot balls, which includes a wicket. A great catch at mid-off here, coming hard and flat. Grace struck it nicely. So a really good catch. As we said, sometimes they stick or they don't. And on this occasion it stuck, and these first 3 balls are exactly what Guernsey need just to peg it back towards the end here.
Yeah, I wasn't sure in real time whether it was a bump ball, but we'll see here on the replay. It was a well-struck ball, actually. And an excellent catch in the end. One she would have hoped to take, but took well, and 4 down for the home side.
Yeah, a great knock from Grace there, exactly what was required when she went in. She played with the aggressive nature that she does. She stuck to her guns, and she'll be delighted with that. Some good shots. I think it's important that the batters here continue to judge themselves on how they merit the good ball. Probably too many dot balls there that Grace would have liked if she's very critical, but certainly played a knock that exactly what the team need there, so she'll feel good going into this afternoon's game.
Lily Gregg is the new batsman. Certainly doesn't middle that, but gets through for the run. Bit of bat and maybe a bit of pad in there as well, and the run gets Gregg off the mark first up and brings De Rocha on to strike. First run of this penultimate over coming off the 4th ball, so Jennings will be really chuffed with the first 4 balls of this penultimate over. Let's see what the 5th brings here. Jersey edging towards triple figures in this T10. Again, it's really well bowled, not quite so well fielded, and they get through for a single.
Yeah, real good attacking look there from Maria. She didn't hit the ball as much as she would have wanted, but she showed a bit of confidence using her feet first ball, not overthinking too much, just coming out the batter, trying to take the game to them, which is what you want to see. And these two have got plenty of experience batting together. This time last year in this series, they were opening the batting together and put on a fantastic partnership in game 2, I believe it was. So interesting for them two to be here with just, well, now 6 balls to go, but a fantastic over from Guernsey there, and that's exactly what they'll be looking to try and do for the last over, but also taking that into this afternoon's fielding efforts where they're holding their lines a little bit, just executing a little bit better and being backed up nicely in the field.
Yeah, superb penultimate over. Just the 2 runs off it and the wicket of the big hitting Weatherall as well. And now the last over to come. And it will be a real positive target set by Jersey. Guernsey will be pleased with certain aspects of their game. Some catches that have not quite gone to hand, and some of the early bowling just not quite getting the radar right, but been some good stuff out there from the side that will be the underdogs in both this T10 and the main T20 interinsular this afternoon. Last over then. And maybe a mix-up here. No run, and this is a real, so far, strong finish from the visitors.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is exactly what both teams will have been looking to get out of this game this morning. Although, as we mentioned, there's never a friendly between these two sides. What this will allow is just to get a little bit of match sharpness in both sides, and bowlers, fielders, and batters are all included in that. So they'll be looking for that from this.
Lovely shot, and 4 runs, and that will bring up the hundreds for the home side. 102 for 4, and well-timed shot goes all the way to the boundary for 4.
Yeah, brilliant from Maria there. She, as I say, she uses her feet nicely, and even against seam bowling there, she's on the front foot. She's transferring her weight into the ball, which helps with the contact, and times it beautifully through mid-wicket for 4 there. And this is exactly the batter that she can be when she comes out and plays with an aggressive nature.
More runs here. Might be another boundary. There's a fielder in chase, on the chase, but going to go all the way along the ground for 4. And just as we were starting to feel that Guernsey were finishing strongly with that excellent penultimate over with just 2 runs off it and the wicket. Now back-to-back boundaries from De Rocha.
Yeah, 2 different deliveries there. One, a very good delivery to start with, but just good batting from Maria to get to the pitch of the ball and hit it nicely. That second one, full toss on the leg side, getting punished again. So good batting, and second one, unfortunately, not great bowling.
Slapped away. And one more. Emily Merrion it is continuing. We're pretty happy with her figures so far. 1 wicket in there for Merrion and 16 conceded so far. If she can finish well here, she'll be pretty chuffed with her 2 overs. Not a format for the bowlers this necessarily.
On a matted wicket, 10 overs, a lot of is in the batter's favour in this game. It's a lovely shot.
Yeah, nice calm shot that. And they'll get back for, or should just about get back all they know. Not the quickest between the wicket there. Might well have been 2 had the likes of Trinity Smith been out there, but just a run up, but worth going for it with a ball to go, and some of the fielding not being right at the top of the game from Guernsey. It's worth the gamble perhaps with just a ball or 2 to go.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a fantastic throw from the boundary there. You have to gamble. A throw a couple of yards either side of the stumps and she's home, but a really nice 1 bounce throw over the top, using the square nicely to get that extra pace off the pitch. Straight into the keeper's hands, which was a real comfortable height for her to take. So that's them starting to execute a little bit nicely. That's certainly, these last 2 overs, we've seen that glimpse of the Guernsey side that will come at us this afternoon. So yeah, they'll be really encouraged by this finish.
Last ball. And they'll get through for at least 1. Again, it might be time to gamble, but they think better of it. And just a single. I thought that was going to be the end of the over, but
looked like there might have been a no ball first ball there. I think the bowler overstepped. So then this will be the extra delivery that there is. Scorers will check that. Oh,
yeah, and that'll be a no ball. So the innings continuing here. A couple of balls longer than I expected it to. Again, they're trying to get back, and again that'll be tight. This time the batter is home, and the no ball signalled by both umpires, confirming that there will still be 1 more to come.
Yeah, good running, good attacking running again. I think it was going to be close. I'm not sure if the keeper just didn't gather the ball properly on the knock towards the stumps there. But yeah, certainly one more ball to come after another no ball there. She's not executed as she would have liked to, but this is all good for her to get out the system early doors before the big game this afternoon. So no doubt she'll have a big part to play, Emily.
Run through again some Euros footballing skills. Hope Harry Kane's a little more accurate this evening, and that is the end of the innings. We'll confirm the exact final score in a moment, because there's a bit of confusion in that last over whether there was an extra no ball in there, perhaps. But the scoreboard here in the ground showing 112 for 5, and we'll just confirm those extra runs in the interval between the two innings here. But regardless of whether it's 109, 112, which we will double check in a moment, Lee, Jersey pretty happy with that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think they'll be delighted with that total. I think at minimum you want it from a 10 over game is 10 and over. To get into that 100 mark is quite a big thing mentality wise for the opposition. So for them to have to chase something of 3 figures plus in 10 overs is quite a daunting prospect. So that's a nice part of it. But certainly a great innings from Grace there, chipped in with others along the way, playing with an attacking nature and scoring at a high strike rate is exactly what they would have wanted.
And for Guernsey, they may be frustrated that a few more catches didn't quite go to hand. There are a few that maybe deceived them a little, and some of the bowling down leg side, particularly early on. But the way they were able to keep Jersey in check, because for a while it looked like being maybe a 130, 140 when Jersey were going at 12 and over early on. Yeah,
that's exactly what this game will be for. I think the positive in that is that they created the chances, they didn't take them. But they did create them, so that's a real positive for the players and the coaches. So they'll be talking about how to make sure we do that this afternoon, be a little bit more ruthless with that. I think bowlers' execution will see better this afternoon, given that they've had a couple overs this morning to get nerves out the way and running that little bit harder this afternoon. So I think plenty of positives to take from Guernsey there, and they'll be turning that innings into a positive light as much as they can moving forward with encouragement for this afternoon.
This game, we were saying earlier on, 14 players are allowed to be involved per side. An opportunity for some to impress ahead of this afternoon's main event, which will be live streaming as well. Lee, 1 o'clock start in the T20 International later. But good opportunity here for Jersey in the field, and Guernsey with the bat to show what they're made of ahead of that big game this afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the same as the first innings. The Jersey bowlers will be looking to bowl themselves into contention for the playing 11. The Guernsey batters will be looking to come out and show a real positive intent and understand exactly how they need to go about chasing this. I think Guernsey will have in mind about getting off to a really good start, avoid wickets in the power play, which is absolutely key. So really important from both sides here to get a bit of rust away and show what they're worth for this afternoon. And as we say, maybe a few nerves around have been settled, and the contest becomes a little bit more interesting for this afternoon.
Well, confirmation after that little bit of confusion in the last over whether there was an extra no ball in there. 113 for 5 is the total. So the target for Guernsey then will be 114 from their 10 overs. And we'll be back with live coverage of the run chase in a couple of minutes' time. to Grainville, the home of cricket here in Jersey in the Channel Islands, where we're getting ourselves set for the run chase as Guernsey will try and chase down 114 in this T10 game. First of two matches that we've got going on here at Grainville today between these sides, the second of which starting at 1 o'clock, the main event really, the T20 International, to decide the outcome of the 2024 into Insular. But we're in a T10 at the moment, if you're just switching on, joining us live around the world on the live stream, and we're about to see the run chase get underway after Jersey made 113 for 5 in their 10 overs, with Grace Weatherall top scoring just short of her half century with 47. We've got Ben Ferbracher alongside us, the Guernsey Women's coach for certainly the start of the run chase. Ben, very welcome back over to Jersey. What do you make of the Guernsey performance in the field there?
Yeah, not too bad. Obviously, we dropped a few catches there, which is always disappointing. But yeah, at least we sort of stuck at it. I thought we bowled some pretty good areas at times. So yeah, it was, this T10 is not a format we've played a lot of. In fact, that's our first ever game of T10. So yeah, for something like that, we'd take that. And I know that Jersey have played a lot more T10 than us as well. So yeah, not too bad. In terms of a T10 score, if you sort of watch any T10 across the world, 113 is probably about par, I'd say. It will be a tough chase. I know that Jersey are very good sides, but yeah, let's see what we can do.
Yeah, at one point looked like being maybe a 130, 140, going at about 12 and over Jersey for a while. So you pegged them back well in those last 3 overs or so. Yeah,
I thought we did really well at the end there, with a couple of tighter overs, like you said. Claire came back really nicely at the end, finished off her spell, and so did Emily as well. So yeah, that kind of good positives there.
So here comes the run chase then. And it's going to be the Jersey captain, Chloe Gresham, with the ball in hand to get things underway from the pavilion end. Lofty ball, lofty shot, chance for a wicket first up, and it is a wicket first up. Just got under it. It was a flighted delivery from the Jersey captain, and underneath it with the bat and underneath it with the hands, and the first wicket falls first ball.
Yeah, obviously a little bit disappointing start there, but yeah, no, as you said, Rosie just got underneath that a bit too much and probably didn't quite commit to trying to hit it over the top.
So the start that Jersey would have been looking for, the start that Guernsey wouldn't have wanted first up, and the first wicket falls, and looks like it's Alice Davis going out to the middle to try and steady the ship first up in this first over. The ball was really flighted delivery from Grecian in the air for a long time, and just a tempter really, I suppose, for the batter. And the first wicket falls. Still overcast conditions if you weren't with us earlier. Guernsey winning the toss, electing to field first, putting Jersey into bat. And not feeling particularly warm for the middle of July that we are now at here in the Channel Islands, but dry for the time being as Grecian continues. Davis happy to fend that one off, and there's no run.
Shot.
Yeah, well played. Again, the ball going way above the eye line, and sometimes, as we saw in the Jersey innings, actually, when the ball is lofted up, you've got to be patient, wait for the ball to come to you, and she did that really nicely there.
Yeah, nice little shot to get us off the mark. Yeah, Alice is quite a dangerous batter really for us. She can certainly clear the boundary when she wants to.
Yeah, Fran Bullpit out there opening the batting, facing her first delivery. It's the first of these 2 games today. Looking forward to the T20 this afternoon. And a good chance for players on both sides to impress in this T10 this morning. Maybe get themselves into Good form for the afternoon as the second wicket falls. Again, just not timed and comfortably taken, and 2 wickets in the first over for the Jersey captain, Chloe Grecian, who's a tough bowler to face first up, and not the start that the visitors would have wanted as they try to chase this target of 113 for 5 that was set. But in this trip, certainly in this first T10, Ben, you said it's the first time they've played this format. What will success look like for Guernsey in this game? If the way things have started, even before things have started, it was going to be a tough chase. But what will they look to do in this game? What will be success, I suppose, for your girls?
I think it's the way we approach the innings. Actually, the 2 wickets we lost there, probably just not quite committed to 2 shots. The last one there, leading edge, actually it's not the wrong shot. I think the sort of thing that we would say there is sort of the right shot, just poor execution. For us, it's the learning of that. Obviously, with it being on mat, it's slightly more bouncier than what the grass wicket would be.
Yeah, and speaking to the groundsman earlier on, he was saying that there will be a fair bit of bounce. Big appeal goes up, and that's a 3rd wicket in the first over. And Chloe Grecian will be on a hat-trick when she comes back for her 2nd over. But Guernsey struggling at 1 for 3 here. Yeah, they were saying there's going to be a bit of bounce out there. I mean, that was very, very full. Not quite sure if it hit her on the full there, but there will be a bit of bounce out there. Do you play a lot of your cricket on mat?
A mixture. So we started the year off with 3 T20Is against the Isle of Man in Hampshire, actually. So we sort of met in the middle, we won that series 3-0, which was a great result for us. That was on grass. And they were some way up above us on the rankings. So that did us sort of the world of good. And then most recently we played the RAF in a home series, and that was actually on mat, purely because the tournament we're going to actually head to in August, which is the Nordic Cup, is actually on mat as well. We sort of structure our season around sort of events that are happening, and sort of it's no secret this is part of the season here, but sort of like all sort of leading up to that Nordic Cup at the end of the year.
Well, the new batsman is Fiona Traybold by the looks of things.
Yeah, that's Fee's just gone out. So in her first match.
So on debut and some work to do. If she wasn't feeling nervous enough beforehand, she's got some work to do now. It's going to be Grace Weatherall, scored 47 with the bat in the first innings. It's going to open the bowling here from the far end as we look on from our commentary position, which is next to the pavilion at Granville.
This could be a wide.
Yeah, wide ball signal. The umpires today, Carl Brooks and Stuart Hodgson, had some work to do out there earlier on with a few close run-out calls in the first innings. And Guernsey move on to 2 for 3 with that wide ball first up from Grace.
Shot. Oh, for no run.
Yeah, good connection with the ball, but the fielder was there. And no run for Davis. Still plenty of cloud cover here, just to see if Weatherall was able to get any swing. There's a little bit of movement in the first innings earlier on. That one on a good line and length, and there's no run on that occasion. So have you been involved in the women's game for a long period, or something you're relatively new to with the coaching?
Sort of all of my time with the GCB, with Guernsey Cricket. So I've been there 6 years now. Sort of started off just assisting, and then most recently in the last sort of 18 months, taken on the lead coach role with the women's, which is it's an exciting time for women's sport, I think, and in particular women's cricket. It's a huge growing game at the moment, isn't it? So for us it's quite exciting times.
Good shot there. This might go all the way to the boundary. It does. Just a couple of bounces and 4 runs. The first boundary of this Guernsey innings, and it was a nicely struck shot actually.
Yeah, it's a nice shot from Alice there. Like I said before, she's actually got a wide range of shots and quite a lot of power. Alice could be very dangerous for us in this sort of format.
Yeah, Davis with the first boundary of this 2-match day here at Grainville. She's on face here to Wetherall. Full pitched ball. Wonder if it was a little too high, and the umpire, Carl Brooks, agrees, and it'll be a free hit here. If you're not familiar with the T10 format as well, 3 overs of power play with fielding restrictions in, and each bowler limited to 2 overs each, so effectively everything halved from the T20 format of the game. And this no ball for height from Wetherall means this is a free hit, so should be pressure off for Davis. Let's see what she's got. Going to be another one, I think. That's gone into the air. It's not reached the fielder, but there will be another free hit here and another opportunity. And I think I'm right in saying the field has to stay pretty much as it was for a free hit as well. You can't start changing the field.
Yeah, that's right. The only time you can is if they change strike as the batters. Yep. So yeah, they didn't obviously change strike that time.
Yeah, I guess you might get a left-hand, right-hand combination or something.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, for this ball, I think you can be a little bit creative and sit a little bit deeper in your fielding position, possibly. Whether or not you're meant to.
Well, let's see what Davis has got. She gives it a good swipe of the bat, but no connection, and through to the keeper. So decent start from Wetherall with the ball. The one boundary was a lovely shot from Alice Davis, but a few extras in the over, and Guernsey on to 8 for 3.
Shot.
Nice.
Another good shot.
Lovely shot through the offside there.
Should run away for 4.
Yeah, it does. And right off the middle, runs away through that extra cover region. And 2 boundaries in the over for Guernsey. That'll make them feel a bit better about things at 12 for 3. And in the time you've been involved then in the women's game in Guernsey, have you seen it change a fair bit?
Yeah, definitely. I think we've learnt a lot from what Jersey have done as well. I've worked pretty closely with Lee Malloy as well, in his time as head coach, and sort of taken a few ideas from him and sort of, asked him questions that he's the sort of aim of us is to get up to where you guys are in the rankings. And yeah, I think it's no secret. A few years back, we were probably the stronger side. In 2019, we won that inter-insular. So yeah, I think it was a case of learning from what you guys did, which looks, very much like the side you've got now. Is a very young side, very athletic, move very well, throw very well, and sort of have developed along that way, which is something we are working hard on as well.
Well, 11 off that over, and after a really tricky first over, no let up from the Jersey captain either. She's got a ball back in hand for her second over, and on a hat trick here with 2 wickets back to back at the end of her first. But no case of chucking the ball to someone else to get their arm over her head this afternoon here from the Jersey skipper.
No, I think we'd all be the same. I think we'd all want the ball in our hand if we've just taken 1 for 3, wouldn't we?
Certainly would. Let's see, hat trick ball then for Grecian. Again, plenty of loft on it, outside the off stump though. There's no hat trick, but there's no run there as well. Might a live stream of the T20 game this afternoon. 1 o'clock start for that. We'll be on just before 1 o'clock with details of the toss and then live stream. So I hope you're with us for that this afternoon. Just across the line, lofty, too much for the fielder who was just arching her back a little there. It was an awkward one, and it goes down.
Yeah, it just looked a bit high up on the bat there from Fee. Sort of just hit the splice of the bat rather than coming out the middle.
It's well bowled from Grecian.
Like a little bit of turn as well on the mat, which is unusual.
Yeah, it did. As the sun breaks through just a little bit here at Grainville after our cloudy, overcast morning. An awkward one, and Davis is calling the batter through here. There'll be trouble if it's gathered cleanly, but it's missed by Grecian, and they do get through for that run.
Yeah, probably was a single if Alice made it in at her end. Obviously running to the danger end. Fee was probably fractionally ball watching a little bit there, wondering where the ball had went. But yeah, got there in the end, I think, which is good.
Davis back on strike.
Shot.
And
Great
striking
shot.
really well. Right down the ground. Lovely connection from Davis. Picks up her third boundary and moves into double figures.
Yeah, it's a really positive shot from Alice there. You know, any ball that you can hit over the top's a good shot, and sort of putting a bit of pressure back onto Chloe here, which is good.
Yeah, after those 3 dot balls, Davis was keen to get on the strike, managed to get through, and then has made the most of it with her third boundary. Last ball then for Grecian in this T10 game. 2 overs the maximum per bowler. 3 wickets in her first over. And again, a good line and length. Just a bit of bounce there on this mat through to the keeper. And a good spell there, excellent spell. 6 runs off the Grecian overs and 3 wickets. And that will give her her confidence going into this afternoon's T20 game. And it is an opportunity for both sides here to try and build a bit of confidence, Ben.
Yeah, exactly. I think the advantage for us is we've probably never played on the mat here, so we get used to probably playing on a mat that I'd assume you guys would train on sort of weekly. So yeah, that's a big positive for us is that we can, you know, play on something a surface that we haven't played on. Every mat I always find is slightly different. Even so much at home, the couple of grounds we've got, the mats are very slightly and play slightly differently. So yeah, and it's an opportunity for people to sort of express themselves and you know, give themselves a chance of sort of proving, you know, where they should bat in the team or where they should bowl for us. And like you said, yeah, just another opportunity of playing some cricket.
A change of bowling here after Weatherall's over went for 11. And there's another opportunity here. This time it's the keeper with the gloves underneath it. And Trey Bolts has to go back to the pavilion, and the 4th wicket is down.
Yeah, probably just got another sort of leading edge on that, just closing the face a little bit early on it, which yeah seems to be something we've done a couple of times now, just not quite connecting with the ball as we want to.
Yeah, Erin Duffy it is, who's the new bowler from that far end and picks up the wicket with her first delivery. Keeper looked pretty calm underneath that one, relatively straightforward catch in the end. And the 4th wicket goes. Here's the replay. Had a little bit of time to think about it. Hands nice and high. And 17 for 4 inside the 4th over. Davis still out there, going at more than a run a ball, 13, not out. And a new batter in.
Yeah, so Lees Millington's come to the crease. So yeah, another youngster for us. He's sort of come through in the last couple of years. Real promising all-rounder. Great start, lovely shot.
Yeah, good start. That should be the one out into the leg side.
Yeah, Elise has been doing a bit of work with Hampshire over the winter. She's in their sort of pathway there. So yeah, like I said, a promising young cricketer for us at only sort of 16 years old.
Yeah, so some big matches for these youngsters today. Some big moments representing their island and representing them proudly, I'm sure. That's a lovely shot out deep on the offside. It will be just the single, but a nice shot. And Davis is looking good.
Yeah, Alice timed the ball nicely. Just keep playing positive shots, I think, is what she's done well here. But yeah, like I said, it's a dangerous batter that can hit boundaries, which in this format of the cricket is what you need, really.
Duffy just happy with that line just outside off stump this time. And Grecian with 3 wickets in the first over to her name, fields that one. And Guernsey on 20 for 4. Yeah, she's getting bat on ball a fair bit, Davis. Seeing it pretty well now.
Yeah, she's timing it quite nicely. Unfortunately, that last one was straight at the fielder. I think either side would have probably got a couple of runs there. But yeah, timing it very nicely, batting quite nice here.
Okay, not able to get that one away. Good first over from Duffy. Just the 3 runs coming from it, and that wicket first up caught behind as well. Guernsey 20 for 4. 4 overs into this 10 over side game. Jersey making 113 for 5. And a shame for Guernsey, in a way, to have lost those 3 wickets so early on, because it means that there does have to be some rebuilding, some sensible cricket, even in a 10 over format. Now have to be pretty sensible to ensure that, you know, that not on the side of a ridiculous scoreline of, you know, whatever it might be, and to get some credit out of the game. And 20 for 4 is actually a pretty decent recovery after the 3 wickets in the first over.
Yeah, I think it's always tough to sort of come back if you lose those sort of 3 or 4 early ones. I don't know what the stat is in T20, T10 cricket, but in T20 certainly, if you lose a few early ones in the power play, you often don't come out. I think it's if you lose 2 in the power play, you often actually lose that game of cricket. The difficulty in a T10 is, like you said, if you don't really have time to recover, you've almost got to keep going hard at the ball. But yeah, like I said, the first ever game of T10 for us. So we're learning sort of on the job, if you like. Played.
Out towards Weatherall on the boundary, keeps it to 1, but it was, yeah, nice shot again, off the middle.
Yeah, another one straight out the middle from Alice. Again, unfortunately, straight down to long on.
Sophia Hansen it is who's into the attack. You see the figures from the top of the order. Chloe Grecian at the top of the innings.
Ooh.
A bit of bounce there. Bounced outside off stump and fended away. Yeah, didn't see too many of those rise quite like that in the first innings.
No, yeah, probably was obviously hit a certain area on the wicket there, which got up quite a lot. At least did well not to sort of fend that off to a fielder.
Quite off the middle of Millington's bat. Thinks very briefly about a single, and then rightly so thinks better of it. Again, a little bit of bounce through to the keeper.
Yeah, I think the extra bounce is obviously expecting on the mat. You probably don't get that on the grass. But yeah, the sort of flip side is you don't get much lateral movement on a mat, but you do on grass. So, you know, bounce is one thing. But yeah, lateral movement generally doesn't happen too much on the mat.
Last ball of the 5th over. Yeah, maybe a bit of swing there might be given as a wide. It's going to be a run through anyway. Looked like it moved away. I just wondered if he might give a wide ball, but just the byes it is. And at the midway point in the run chase, 23 for 4 is the score. The much cricket for the men going on at the moment in Guernsey?
So obviously we've just come off the back of the insular a few weeks back, which was a positive. We picked up the win in the last one there at Portsmouth. So, you know, we've had a really good season so far. Played RAF last week, defeated the RAF in what was a rain-affected week, unfortunately.
There's been a few of those around.
Yeah, so no, we got hit by a bit of rain for their visits and managed to fit in 1 T20, but nonetheless still picked up a win there. And then it's very much lead up for our tournament, which obviously Jersey playing the final of theirs today. Ours is in a couple of weeks actually on home soil, which would be great for us to play some cricket in Guernsey in front of our own fans, which is not often you get to do that in an ICC event. So yeah, we're really proud for us to host that.
Yeah, exciting times ahead for Channel Islands cricket generally. Change of bowling here, Flo Topley I think it is. Again, look to just rise on the batter, goes down to mid on. There's Trinity Smith maybe fielding there, and there's no run. Millington on strike. Clubs that one down to mid off and puts some pressure on the fielder really well as well. Set off straight away.
Yeah, it's a good bit of pressure. Elise is very quick as well, so yeah, there's sort of no stress on her not making that one.
And it brings Davis onto strike. Going at roughly a runner ball is Davis in this innings so far. Getting some time out in the middle. Again, nicely played. I think she is seeing it well, but the fielder was there. In almost a gully position, I suppose, and there's no run.
Yeah, unfortunately, again, like we said before, just hit straight to the fielder. Either side, again, it's probably a couple of runs.
No run.
Yeah, probably missed out on a single there, I think.
Yeah, had they set off, but maybe Davis looking to keep some of the strike here and to guide her team through the middle part of this innings. Let's see, she's got something bigger in mind here. She had, but there'll be runs here. May well be two. Let's have a look. They set off for the second. It may well be tight. Can she get there? She can't. And the fifth wicket falls for Guernsey. It was a fair way towards the boundary, and as she turned, she would have, I think, felt confident of getting back, but as it is, out of her ground. What was a pretty decent knock from Davis, was seeing the ball well, and she departs back to the pavilion.
Yeah, no, a good little knock from Alice there. Unfortunately, just never quite got going. Obviously, threatened at the start. There's a couple of boundaries, but yeah, sort of out of the power play, probably struggled a little bit more. Coming in now is Emily Merriam, again another youngster for us. Actually just been selected recently in the Myrtle Shield, the European T10 competition through the ECN.
Well, we were saying in commentary we thought she bowled pretty nicely.
Yeah, no, she's been really strong for us. Em has, yeah, bowls good pace, and yeah, she. I don't want to put the commentator's curse on here, but she's a good bat as well.
And you've made as many commentator curses as me over the years. So you forget about them. Stop worrying about them. She's on strike now, and well bowled. Just wondered if there was a little noise, but no, I think they were just pleased to see it go through to the keeper. No run off the last ball. 6 overs done, and 25 for 5 is the score. Live stream of this T10 game between these two rival islands here in the Channel Islands. And then this afternoon, the T20 live stream. We're on just before 1 o'clock for that one this afternoon to see who takes the insular honours. It's a pretty obvious decision we felt first up to bowl with the cloud cover. The sun is out a little more now. Might make it a little bit more of a decision this afternoon. We'll bring you the toss just before that start at 1 o'clock this afternoon. 7th over, and it's a lovely delivery. Beats the bat. Not too much you can do about those. Maybe a bit of movement in the air, and there's no run. Oh, again, she's bowling pretty nicely there, hard to deal with.
Yeah, like you said, a bit of movement there. Just seems to be just nipping away slightly. A couple of good takes by the keeper as well.
Yeah, bowling very nicely is Sophia Hansen. Just lost her a line there though, down the leg side, and an extra goes on to this Guernsey total. Nice shot that.
Yeah, just clipped off the legs just for one into mid-wicket.
Yeah, she looks quite calm and composed out there. I don't know if she is, but she's putting a good face on it if she isn't. She considering the circumstances and the score.
Yeah, something that Elise always does is plays with a smile on her face. She always seems to be enjoying it wherever she is on the pitch. So, yeah, don't think there's any worry of that.
Hard to get that one away. There's no run. 27 for 5. Earlier on today, Weatherall making 47 in a total of 113 for 5 in the Jersey innings. Guernsey losing some early wickets, putting them in this difficult position now. Again, too much bounce, and over the stumps, I think that one.
Yeah, sort of a tough length to score on the mat is, top of the stumps.
Difficult to get it away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think sort of took on the right shot there, trying to get it through to the leg side, a little pull shot, just missed out.
Well, there's bat on ball there, and it's a wicket. It's a good catch, and a 6th wicket falls for the Sarnians. There's a tough over to get away, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, with the dots and just the single off the bat in it, and then off that last ball we'll hopefully get a replay in a moment. It's a good catch, and Guernsey lose their 6th wicket for 27, and in a tough position now. Now, Ben, what will they hope to get out? What will you hope that your side can get out of this last 3 overs now?
It's just that little bit about being quite positive when they're batting. A couple of boundaries here and there, and sort of see what score we can get up to. Obviously, I mean it will take quite a lot to get to anywhere near the total, but it's probably a little bit of an opportunity to try and actually, hit a couple of shots, hit a couple of boundaries, and just get used to that sort of feeling of batting out here. I don't think it was probably any secret. This was a bit of a warm-up to the sort of main event, if you like, which is the T20 coming up this afternoon.
Yeah, live coverage of that to come on the stream. Flo Topley's first over going for 2, and she's into her second now. Still some aggressive intent out there, and they'll get through for a single. And the captain is at the crease now, and Krista Delamere. Yeah, I've met Krista a couple of times. Obviously, spoke to her at the toss as well. Seems like a great leader for you to have in your squad.
Yeah, I think she's been brilliant. Certainly blending sort of like the newer players coming into the squad. That's sort of one of the main reasons why we went with Krista sort of 18 months ago and put her as captain. She's someone that can clear the boundary as well. But yeah, she's the way that she bats. And the way she handles herself around the team is sort of like really impressive. And like I said, yeah, she's been a great person to sort of lead this group forwards.
Yeah, she's off the mark there with a couple down the ground. And then a delicate steer behind, showing that she's able to smash it down the ground and also knock the ball around as well.
Yeah, nice little rotation of strike there. I think we're probably using this a little bit as a bit of time in the middle as well now. Obviously, with the game's obviously pretty gone here.
Some bounce again through to the keeper, no run. 31 for 6 the score. 1 ball of this 8th over to come.
Good strike. Full one.
And they get through for just the 1. And oh, that might be out. That's out, I think. Turning, looking for a second possibly, and bat maybe over the over the line, but certainly not grounded when the bails were taken off. And just a lapse in concentration, perhaps. They're having got through the over without the loss of a wicket and got through it relatively comfortably, then to do that, just a lapse in concentration perhaps, and the 7th wicket falls. Here comes the replay, and it was well dug out, the initial shot, and set off for the first. You'll just see on the replay here how close it was. It felt like the bat was kind of over the line when I saw it. It was a decent shot there, beating the fielder. Good cover work there, and released the throw straight away. I mean, the throw's released there just as the first run is being complete, and then everyone sort of thinks the ball is dead.
Yeah, unfortunately, out of the shot there.
Well, I guess we
probably didn't expect that to.
Wouldn't expect that to happen, but yeah, run out is the decision, and certainly the bat wasn't on the ground when the bails were removed. So 32 for 7. And 2 overs remaining, so into the penultimate over. 113 for 5 was the score earlier on today. And that's going to get through for some runs behind the keeper. It's been cut off just inside the ropes. I think it was DeRocha down there fielding, perhaps. And they get through. Weatherall it is who's bowling, just a change of ends from her over earlier on. Yeah, nice shot, not quite off the middle, but it will be more runs.
No, like you said, a right shot there, but just came off the sort of splice of the bat. But yeah, again, another one for us with sort of the correct shot, a little bit of poor execution, but no, Elise has batted nicely here. I think she's played really positively and actually coming with quite good intent.
Yeah, played into the gap out on the offside.
Yes, that's Philippa Sterling, sort of new batter for us. She's one of the, been playing a number of years now. Sort of scored our first T20 I-50 in 2019 against Jersey. But yeah, another great person to have around the squad.
Short of a length there, and it's come up slightly nasty actually. I don't know if it was a hit on the upper arm or where that's made connection with Elise Millington, but leg byes is the signal. Just banging that one in a bit shorter.
Yes, it's well bowled. It's a well directed shorter delivery. Something that we're used to Grace bowling.
Yeah, well played, and they'll get through for a single as well. Well run, good running there from the visiting side.
Shot.
Again, not quite off the middle, but really well played. Spotted it was a loose delivery, swatted it away behind square on the leg side, all down to fine leg for a boundary.
Yeah, it's well put away. That often not that easy to put away at a full toss, but Elise has done well there.
41 for 7 the scoreboard shows. It shows a dot ball the previous ball, but I'm pretty sure there was a run in there, a well taken run.
Yeah, I think the batters have probably been slightly mixed up there on the scoreboard.
Yeah, we're just correcting that for you down at the bottom of the screen now. I think it will ultimately show 42 for 7, yeah. So last over of this T10 ahead of T20 this afternoon. I can smell the lunch being cooked behind us. Feels about time for that. And then the teams will be back out for the toss at 12:30, and then the T20 at 1 o'clock, which will bring you live. Duffy it is bowling this last over. Nudged out into the leg side for a single. And important for Guernsey to bat through the overs now as well. I know it's only a 10-over period, but to lose 3 in the first over, there's the danger that you collapse completely. So at least credit to Guernsey for getting through the 10 overs by the looks of things, touching wood from a Guernsey point of view here and taking it through the 10.
Yeah, I think like you said before, if once we sort of lose 3 up front, you're always going to find it difficult to chase down a good score. But yeah, I think we've actually gone about our business quite well. Another great shot from Elise there over extra cover. She's batted beautifully here.
Yeah, gorgeous shot, goes for 4 and takes Guernsey to 47 for 7 now. And Elise Millington nearly going as a run a ball onto 18 from the 20 that she's faced so far.
Yeah, I think it's showing her winter away has done her the world of good. She trains really hard, like we said before, and obviously, getting tested at that sort of level that she is benefiting her.
Yeah, she fancies one more there, might be tight, might be out, and it is. Just looking to eke everything out of this last over, and in the short format, as we were saying earlier on, you can afford to gamble a little and potentially put your money on a slight misfield and hope it comes off. Didn't come off that time, and an 8th wicket down for Guernsey.
Yeah, I think actually it was relatively close in the end, and like we said, I think in T10 cricket and also a little bit of T20, you've got to expect that you're going to try and be pushing fielders and trying to take those extra runs, like you said.
Yeah, so the wicket falls. We'll just see here on the replay how tight it was. The batter on strike set off straight away. Picked up 2 hands and released pretty quickly. And even with a dive, might have been struggling. And the umpire quick to put the fingers up. Now the finger up, and Guernsey go to 47 for 8 with the 3 deliveries remaining. Umpires today, Carl Brooks and Stuart Hodgson. Carl Brooks it was there on the spot with the raised finger. Last 3 balls of the innings then. And this first T10 between these sides is going to go the way of Jersey ahead of the T20 this afternoon. Duffy just with these 3 balls to finish it off now. So we'll just watch this delivery, then we'll get a final word from you, Ben, ahead of this afternoon. And dug out, there'll be maybe a single. A direct hit will be trouble, but they get through for the 1. Yeah, so the result going Jersey's way here. Ben, what will you take out of this T10 this morning to take into this afternoon?
Yeah, I think, like you said, is a little bit here of the development for our guys to learn from today. I think actually, if you're looking at a T20, the way we've actually tried to push fielders has been good. The way Elise batted was very nice as well. So yeah, that sort of a few positives here. If we can, bowl tight in our innings, and bat with probably a bit more confidence, if you like, in the second game, we could be, there or thereabouts. I think last year we did the same. Sort of started off okay, played really well in our middle game against Jersey, and then sort of tapered off in the last one. So, if we can get anywhere near that, that'll be a big positive for us. It's no secret they are tough games of cricket for us. But yeah, something that we're up for the challenge.
Ben, thank you very much. Nice to meet you.
Thank you very much.
Have a good lunch and a good word with the players ahead of match 2 this afternoon.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you. That's Ben Furbrash, there, Guernsey Women's coach, joining us live on the stream for this T10. which finishes with Jersey winning by 65 runs. 113 for 5 was the score that Jersey posted a little earlier on. Grace Weatherall with 47 of those 113, falling just short of her half century. And then in the run chase, the Jersey captain, Chloe Grecian, with 3 wickets inside the first over, had a hat-trick opportunity, didn't quite come off, but those 3 wickets inside the first over for the Jersey skipper, really setting the tone. And Guernsey then finishing on 48 for 8, managing to bat through the 10 overs. As we were saying, it is only 10 overs, but actually when you've lost 3 wickets inside the first over, it's always going to be an uphill battle, especially when 113 has been posted and the target is 114. And Guernsey 48 for 8. So Jersey winning by 65 runs in this first T10 match between the sides here at Grainville. As you can see on the screen, the sun eventually coming out after an overcast morning, in which Guernsey won the toss and opted to field first, put Jersey into bat. Jersey made the most of that, going at 11.3 and over. For a while they were on for maybe a higher score, going at 12 and over early in the piece, but Guernsey pulled them back a bit. But those early wickets from Grecian set Jersey on their way to victory. And then this afternoon it will be the T20 game between the sides, and the sides will now need to pick their 11s. We'll have the toss in about 45 minutes time. We'll bring that to you just before 1 o'clock on the separate links, so do look out on the socials for the live links, the live link for this afternoon's main event, the T20 international match between these two Channel Island rivals, Jersey and Guernsey, and we'll be on the air for that just before 1 o'clock from here at Grainville. So until then, enjoy your lunch. We'll enjoy our lunch here, and we'll be back for the second match a little bit later on.